And we're back. Okay. I think I got two microphones going. Okay. Alright, Mr. Hamster. You're going in the next room. Making all that racket. Okay. Alright, so Phil is supposed to be calling. Dr. Daw. Captain Cakewalk. Let me see. Let's get this microphone turned all the way up here. All the way up. Is that all the way up? That's all the way down. All the way up. And maybe extend it a little bit. There we go. Now, okay. Right. Ah. KKK. Doggone it. Alright. Voice and video. Output. Real high tech. Input. Okay. I'm calling Phil, calling Captain Cakewalk. I don't hear a ring, but no answer. me see. Make sure my... I got desktop audio. Discord is routed to desktop audio. But I'm not hearing a ringtone. Oh, I hear something.
Hello.
Phil.
What's up?
I just coined a new nickname for you. Did you hear it?
What was it?
Captain Cakewalk.
Oh. I like to say music technologist.
Okay. Captain Cakewalk is snappier. The first thing that came to my mind was Dr. Daw, but that's not quite right.
No, because I use like non-DAW.
Yeah, you're more
As well.
you're more like so. To keep with the alliteration, is there like a super sequencer, super sequencer man? I don't know. Anyway,
Super sequencer.
super
Ta-da.
sequence. All right, so
Here to
anyway,
save the day.
okay, that's not cool. So I got the drum kit routed into the
Yeah. Are you sharing a screen or should I be on YouTube?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why this happens. It doesn't happen when I, like, it doesn't happen. I know why. Hang on. No, that's not right. For some reason, when I route the drum kit through the black box, I get this stupid delay, echo delay. That doesn't happen when I plug the guitar in. I'm using the same cable. I just unplug it from the guitar and plug it into the drum kit brain, and I get this stupid delay. Like right now, when I hit the drum loop, that's stupid, and the delay is off. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's my bad. Okay, never mind. That was user error. So anyways, okay, I don't know how much time you got, but I'm going to make another attempt to figure out the issue with Monster Drum and this kit.
Okay.
But setting a Monster Drum up, I forgot how to route this. So I set Monster Drum up to have one output for each, part of the kit, and then I inserted my MIDI track.
Right.
But then I just forgot the routing.
Which one's the MIDI track? Is that track 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, MIDI. Just say the output, that O, is the VST, Monster Drum.
Output.
So see the little O below the read, write, whatever, on track 1.
Track 1. Oh, this one.
So there's like a little drop down with a little tiny O next to none.
Yeah.
Yeah, just check that to be Monster.
Okay.
So that means with the MIDI, it goes to Monster.
Okay, and then input is going to be my drum kit, right?
Correct.
And I can put that on Omni.
Yeah, the channel doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So that's now set to my drum kit.
So that should do it.
Yeah, but what about the input to Monster Drum on track 2? That's also set.
No. So all of those audio tracks are coming from the one VST, aren't they?
Yeah, those are all Monster Drum.
Yeah, so you don't do, like, the VST is audio, right? So it's outputting all the drums all we're doing is just saying put each one its own channel so I can mix them later, right? The snare and the kick and hi-hat, whatever. But the input is one thing, one MIDI. You don't do like each drum MIDI. And then MIDI is, with drums, is notes. So like C1 is the kick and something like that.
Okay.
So you don't do anything to those. Those are controlled in the VST itself through the mix.
Okay, so talk to me like I
yeah, so
there's a meme going around. Talk to me like I took a jelly donut to take a vaccine. Sorry. I want BM drum into track 1, the MIDI, and I want BM drum also to be the input for all the monster drums, right?
well, sort of. So let's start at the beginning. So the drum kit is no different than your keyboard that you're using, right? It's a controller. So the term is a controller. It by itself makes no sound. All it does is output MIDI, M-I-D-I. This is for people listening at home. So the controller needs to go to something to make sound. So what you're doing is in track 1, you said, I have a MIDI track, and that controller is talking to the MIDI track. Okay. And then the output of the MIDI track goes to monster drums. Now, on track 2, you have the same thing. You're coming from BD drums, but we don't really need that. But it's fine because you're not gonna listen to that.
Okay, so
you don't route the kick to the kick. You're on your controller. It's just the drums. And the drums go to Monster. And then all Monster says is, I'm going to output these as separate outs. So he says you hit it, you're getting one drum at a time. But you record them on the MIDI. That's where you record. Actually, you could record them on track 2. Like, what is track 2? Is that the kick?
I'm trying to figure that out. Track 2 is the kick. I'm trying to figure out what track 3 is. It's not snare.
It's whatever it says in Monster. So you go to Monster, the VST, and it shows each output.
It's rim.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me find out the.
Now,
what's not
right.
working. So.
So you've got, like, I typically don't do, yeah, so see right there saying hi-hat, snare, and then at the bottom there's a number.
Yeah.
That's the track output. But in your case, it's 1 is 2, 2 is 3, 3 is 4, and cakewalk as it moves over. Because the input.
I could just put the MIDI track at the bottom if I wanted, but right?
Well, right. So it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Now, what I'm used to seeing is, are you not getting audio?
Well, I'm hearing everything. Are you not?
No, but I don't know if it's coming out of Cakewalk or you're hearing it from. What are you hearing it from? But oh, you know what? I'm on. I'm not hearing it because I'm on. Discord. That's why. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, so let me just quickly check because I think everything is hitting. So here's.
It looks like it.
Your open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, snare. Snare 1.
Yeah.
I don't know how you trigger swirl. This is a jazz kit, so there's like a brush swirl. I don't know how to. Maybe there's no way to trigger that from this, but no matter.
Maybe.
So here's my track. Right. Okay. Ride's working, and hey,
Sweet.
it's all working now. I guess you see, didn't I tell you? I get these issues. I tell you, man, I get these issues. Like shit, that's not working. And then I try it again. It's still not working.
Right.
And then I put hours into trying to fix it, and then I
Right.
give up, and then I come back like 2 weeks later, and it's working.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
drives me
mean,
crazy.
part of the thing is with any of this, it's all about routing or inputs and outputs. So what you always have to do when I get confused or what I'm doing, I just have to sit down and say, where is it coming from and where is it going? And then that usually straightens it out. Now, audio is simpler because there's no channel. So MIDI just gets a little bit more complicated because you have this concept of a channel or a note. And sometimes that is in the way as well, or not in the way, but you just got to remember it. Like, it's not only is it routing, but it's routing on a channel. Now, in your world, you don't really have channels. You're just doing one-to-one, like one instrument, one MIDI. That's why Omni works, right? Because it doesn't really care.
Yeah.
In my world, I have to explicitly say, not only do I want to go out to MIDI, but MIDI channel 11 if I want this one synth. Because I have more than one on a port or on a MIDI. So it just makes it different for me. But again, it's input and output. Where is it coming from? It's coming from my, controller keyboard or my drum kit or whatever. And then where's it going? And all Cakewick's doing is the router. It's just simply saying input and output. That's all it wants to know. It's just one, where are you coming from and where are you going to? Oh, you're going to a bus? That's awesome. Oh, you're going to an aux track? That's awesome. That's all it cares.
Well, yeah, I think your world is a lot more complicated than mine.
Yeah. Because I have, and then you got the audio interface in the mix, which is yours is, just Windows, and I got, an external device. So throws more complexity into it. But all in time, it's like one of those. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Well, I appreciate you taking your time out of a Monday morning to
No problem.
I think this is probably like the third time you've shown me how to do this. But hey, man, the good news is I don't have any issues anymore with my drum kit triggering Monster.
Cool.
At least not for the time being.
Now, one of these days, I'll show you how to save these as templates or track templates. And then what you can do next time is you can actually just insert the track template when you want to do the same thing. So you don't have to keep inputting everything and setting it all up every time.
Okay. Yeah,
that's like a pro level move.
I think there's already something like that. Like if I insert a track here, let's say.
Yeah, right. If you do the right click, it'll say do a template.
Insert from track template right there.
Yep. So all you got to do if you want to save this is highlight all the tracks.
Yeah.
If you highlight all your tracks, which I think you just go to the track and hit Control A. Yeah, or drag. Yeah, shift and do all of them.
Yeah, I just did it. You should see that in 3, 2, 1.
There you go. Now right-click on them and say Save as Track Template.
Oh, really?
On one of them.
Right-click, Save as Track Template. Wow. And then audio track templates or soft track templates.
It's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but which folder?
It's a soft synth technically. You can make more folders, but just pick soft synth for now. And then you could say right here
Monster
whatever
drum.
you want. Yeah.
Whoops. Nibster.
Just file name it right there and just drop it right there. Monster drum.
Monster.
With kit. I don't know.
Monster drums with kit. Okay. So, I guess it's going to be a
And
short
then,
stream.
yeah, so next time you start a project, you right click, and then you could just say insert that. It's going to do exactly what you just highlighted. Pull them in.
Okay. Um,
Just
yeah, you know, it occurs to me. No. Actually, scratch that. I was going to say, I don't know if I sent you the link, but I found this third party thing that people use to co-stream on YouTube. Now YouTube has a co-streaming feature, but it's only for streaming from phones. Go figure, right? So
yeah.
if you want to co-stream with someone like in your home studio or what, like from your proper computer, there's like a third party thingy that I can't remember the name of right now, but I'll send it to you if I haven't already.
Okay. Yeah, that other one we were using, I think has potential. We just need to figure out why on your end you're hearing both your input and your output on your monitoring, because you got a little delay you kept hearing.
Yeah.
And somewhere we could fix that. I'm sure. Just have to take go through it step by step. I mean, one of the things that can happen in the way you have things set up, just always keep in mind, is your input and your output come in and out of the same place. So it's your Windows audio, right, control panel.
Yeah, it's like
and
one of those animals, that the mouth and their anus is the same orifice.
Correct. And so what can be happening depending on the software, right? And depending on the software using that, you may, if you don't have it set up, you could be hearing your input and your output in your monitor, which is whatever you're listening to, your speakers or your headphones. And when that happens, you're going to hear a delay because there's always a processing time as it goes in and then back out, right? Through whatever machine it's going through, whatever it's got to do, VST or OBS or whatever. And somewhere we got to figure that out to where you can like just listen to one or the other. I just want to hear my output or I just want to hear my input. But I need to do, I don't know, we just need to do some more time. In my world, what I do to stop a lot of that is because I can play off the DAW, I have a mixer. And so I can monitor through the mixer. That totally changes the world, right? Because that's all straight up real-time analog, right? And then if the computer's got a 15 millisecond delay, I don't know about it. I don't care. Because I'm not listening to what the computer's doing.
Hey, check it out. Eric just showed up.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Eric said
howdy.
Hi. So
I'm on audio today, Eric.
We got to say howdy. Yeah, you know what, Phil? If I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
All right.
If I if I was in the room with your gear, or suddenly I had all that gear, right? Then I would learn it, right? I would learn it.
Right. It's hard. Yeah.
But kind of like not having it to it's hard to I don't know. I'm just not that
right.
I'm just not that smart. I'm much smarter if I have it right in front of me and I have problems to solve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes your explanations, I'm just like, okay, Phil. So what you're saying is, I need this one to be set for that, and that one. I just want to learn just how to set it.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, did you used to play live? I thought you used to play live.
Well, yeah, I still do sometimes, but why?
Right. So in live with live amplification, you have monitors, right, which is what you're hearing yourself, and then there's the house, right, like what everybody else is hearing.
Well, that's assuming that it's a proper show, right?
Well, right, but yeah, not just a little boombox, but the think of it like, and then you have your actual input, the guitar plugged into whatever, right? So in the home studio, those same principles exist. You have the thing creating the sound, then it's split into me listening to it somewhere, and then the thing going to the audience or the tape or whatever, right? The third place is going.
Uh-huh.
And so if you heard all three simultaneously, you might hear echo because they don't happen exactly at 0 milliseconds, right? So that's sort of what the problem can happen in a home studio is you might hear all of it simultaneously. That's all I was just saying. Versus in a live, you don't hear all of them simultaneously.
Right.
But there's a flow, right? It's simply a flow. It's coming from here, then it goes to there, then it comes here, and it goes out there. Like it's the same concept.
Okay.
Always think of input to output.
All right. Well, so I forgot. Did I save this to? Yeah, I did. I saved this, right?
You did. Yep.
All right.
So in the future, all you gotta do is load that insert track template, and it would load all of this.
Okay. So, oh shoot, I didn't mean to minimize the olive cakewalk. Hang on. Well, so since I got this sorted out so fast, I guess what I'm gonna do now is.
That's cool, Eric.
Oh.
Sorry, he got a friend coming over.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna-
Awesome. He just bought an interface. I hope it's a good one. Although nowadays, I keep hearing that nowadays the differences are mostly pretty small. Like you got to run them through. It's like, well, we ran this one 50 iterations before we heard degradation, and this one it was more like 79 reiterations before degradation. Kind of like that kind of thing.
It really, yeah, it depends on your scale. You know, if you're a home musician and working in a little space with reflective walls and all this stuff, and I love it when people all get, well, you should get the Focusrite, blah, 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 because it's got better. I'm like, dude, you're like working in your bedroom. Like, it's all relative, right? You know, don't spend for hot professional gear if you're not going to operate in a professional space, right? So that's the game. They're all good. It's just, okay, what are you trying to do? Are you making a Grammy record? No, if they signed you, they're going to re-record you anyway, right, on real equipment. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, okay, just get what you fits in your budget that X meets the requirement. Don't fuss about, oh, well, it's got this. That's what drives me nuts is you read all these forums and people, I'm like, oh, dudes, you're not like Picasso. And even Picasso did it with like paint he found in a corner with dust on it. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, it's all sensibility.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, like so they're all, like you said, they're all
like I
unless
told
it's
you,
the biggest one. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying the biggest one is it compatible with your computer? That's the number one question.
Yeah.
Does it still have drivers, right?
Yeah.
And does it work? Don't buy old gear that, oh, this is a great deal, and then you get it home and it like hasn't worked since Windows 7. Okay, well that's going to be your problem, right?
Right.
It's great gear, but it's not going to work. That's the biggest one. It's like
Speaking of which, kind of tangentially, kind of.
yeah.
I maybe not. Maybe I don't know when, but I want to go back and I think I can remember it actually, but I want to go back and the next time I use the black box drum loop, I want to sync it to Cakewalk and try it that way.
Okay.
Because I know
that'd be nice.
Possible now, and I even saw a reference to that when I was looking up the black box.
Yeah.
I think last night. So.
And
Yeah.
well, and does the loop doesn't change though. It's the same loop.
Oh yeah, it's the same loop.
Yeah. Another trick I'd love to show you one day is just splicing the loop and then giving it to Cakewalk to then you just manage the loop, you know. That way, because all it is a loop, so just transfer the loop from one system to the other. Because Cakewalk will manage a loop, right, all day long.
But also, like, I'm running the loops through the black box's delay and effects.
Yeah. So yeah, you just still record all of it with that.
Yeah. Okay.
So either way, the sync will work too. The sync will just keep it in time, which is
that's
perfect.
all. That's all I really.
Yeah,
need. Like,
same thing.
so
The only If you add like suddenly one more minute to your song though, then you'd have to re-record it. Versus if you had the loop, oh great, it just copy it some more time.
So last night I made some progress with this mix, but I was just getting super tired, and I was having the hardest time getting this. I called it Fuzz Track 6, but now it's not a fuzz because
Is this the one where you had like some cool atmospheric effect on it?
well, did you see part of that last night? It was
I did. I think I poked at it.
it was like it sounds like this, and it's kind of like in sync, but it sounds kind of slightly out, but it's actually in sync. But it sounds like this right here, and so, but kind of sounds like that, and then in the mix. But this fuzz track was really not pissing me off. It was just like I just couldn't get it to sit right at all, right? And then
Right.
And then today I was driving around and just thinking, man, I'm being fixated on something, just for the sake of being fixated on it, and so and just because I got this new Waves. Amp modeler with different cabinets and microphones and stuff, and I want to use it. But it's like, that's not really called for in this project. It's not really called for in this mix. I'm just going to use, I'm going to go right back to my new favorite amp sim, which is Air Windows pointy guitar. This thing is,
There you go.
this thing is awesome. And it's like nothing else in the world. And I was like, when I get back home, that's what I'm doing. And I did. All I needed to do was just take that out, take that Waves amp fuzz shit out of here, and dial in the right setting on this thing. And then one of my secret weapons that nobody seems to know about, but it's such a cool widener and spatializer. Even though it's not really billed that way, is this one. Do you know this one?
What's it called?
It's Acon Digital Multiply. That's what it's called.
No, I don't know.
Well,
what does it do?
Well, here's the it's not fuzz anymore. It's I don't know what they call it. It's let's call it heavy guitar for right now. And so now it sounds like this. This plugin is just, every time I don't use it, I don't always use this plugin, but when I do, let me see, solo it. So there's the amp sim. It's such a good amp sim. Oh my god. It's like tubes, big fat tubes on the edge of breakup, and then
Sounds great.
but listen to what this does in the mix. It's incredible. So I'll start like right here in the middle where so you can hear when it comes in. And
Falls to the root of the vine.
I'll turn it on.
Now my spirit's crying out like a new blood stain.
Isn't that great?
As I scatter my seed down.
I want it to be like rich. And
Yeah, I hear it. It's cool.
I want it to be rich.
It's like a warm overdrive.
Big, but I don't want it to be like I want it to be subtle at the same time. You know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah.
just kind of not just like kind of
I like it. It fits in with your sound because you kind of got a sound, so
Well,
it fits in.
I just think that the part of the I love fuzz. I love like Billy Corgan guitars and all that stuff. But see, here's the thing. I'm always using meter because this thing really does help me. This helps. This
Right.
is like instrument flying. It's like when I get too much, when I get in fatigue or I'm losing objectivity. This thing. So with the fuzz track, it was like 95% bright and 10% sonority, and or it was like 90% sonority and 10% bright. And I'm always trying to keep dark up to like I wanted at least 10-15%.
It's funny.
And-
I like how Chris is calculating out to 10 digits.
So look at this, but now with his amp sim, it's like look at that, it's perfect, nice green peaks. So anyway, so I thought as long as I got everything set up this way, I might as well use this opportunity to record some drum fills for this because I'm thinking.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm liking this mix well enough that I think it's almost ready to just park it for a week or two, and
Right.
turn my attention to Dylan Allen Co., which I'm also treating as Eric's cakewalk primer for Eric. Call center. Who's call center? And then message retracted. That looked like a helpful message.
As he posted something about double precision, Eric, I think it does. It flashed and then it went away.
Something about double precision, which Eric, I think it
No, it's not Eric. It's call center.
flashed.
Call center.
No, it's not Eric.
Interesting.
Let's see. Ah. You know what? I had zero latency with. Oh, that's because that was a brand new project. I can work with this.
Now, are you getting latency right now from hitting?
Just at maybe like 12 milliseconds instead of 10.
Right. Because what?
I can work.
Right. It's because you're listening. Yeah, it's you know what? That's going to be the way it is because the sound is coming from the computer itself. So you have to wait for it to process your hit.
No, but see, this is the reason why I have. This is why I have the kit running into the black box interface, because I've got that running into OBS, direct into OBS, and that way.
Right.
That way, I basically what I can do theoretically is I can turn the volume on the VST all the way down, so I don't hear it, and I can only listen to the drum kit through the black box into OBS. So the same way I do with microphone when I'm tracking
Right.
yeah. So I'm just hearing
And that's basically listening to monitor out. That's exactly correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you understand that.
I do. I get it. I'm on it.
So anyway, Monday morning. I hope somebody doesn't have a bad case of the Mondays. See
It's
that
Monday. I know
see
I
that
did.
movie?
And I'm having.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who is having the bad case of the Mondays?
It's just a movie reference. That movie, Office Space.
Yep. That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Do you have any flair? Do you have flair?
We need,
Are you wearing your flair? You're not wearing a flare.
we need to discuss your flair. Oh man, that
Exactly.
guy's such a genius. Mike
It was a great
Judge.
show.
I still, to this day, I still laugh when I watch Beavis and Butthead. I can't help it. Takes me right back to college.
Right.
Yep. Still works. Well, Eric, I'm trying to structure it so that and I'm really going to try to keep each one to like less than an hour, more like 40, 45 minutes. I failed with the first one, but you can go back and watch it, right? So after I get done with this thing here, I'm going to go back to Dylan Allen Coe.
Not David Allen Coe.
Dylan Allen Coe.
Yeah. Will there be anything about Mama or trains or getting drunk?
You'll understand when see I'm saving the vocal performance for last, and then it'll all come together, and hopefully cross fingers and knock
it'll
on
make
wood.
sense.
Hopefully we'll all have a big laugh. But I've been saving that song for years, man, years. So
Doesn't have nothing but Mama or prisons.
no, it doesn't have. You know me. You know my songs. You know my songs. It's one of my. It's a perfect title. It's Bob Dylan. You know, if Bob Dylan and David Allen Coe had a son,
There you go.
it would be me doing that song. Except it's not so. Yeah, it's not country. It's folk, but it's got
Right.
David Allen Coe in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I
anyways,
wonder if your friends in France understand any of these references.
French. I think a lot of times the French understand American culture better than we do.
Probably.
You know, like they loved who was it? Who was the famous slapstick American comedian? Jerry Lewis. Jerry, is it right?
Oh yeah. They love
He was
Jerry
huge in
Lewis.
France.
Huge in France. Big in France.
No, both Jonathan and Nicholas, they're down with references. They don't miss anything. Those guys. So anyways, Eric, when are you getting your good creative sauce is good? Oh, Phil, I think he did one recently. I thought he did, like recently.
He doesn't do any new Cakewalk anymore. He's moved on to promote. He's like into promotion now. So, and Cakewalk, the problem with Cakewalk from the influencer standpoint is because there's nothing new, they've like moved on. But it's
Yeah.
still there and works. And as long as it's free, I'll keep using it
Sure. And
because it's
but-
solid.
Yeah, but it's also like I see a lot of people trash talking it. Like you look at Weaver Beats or
Yeah,
EP
yeah, but-
Mastering. Any of those guys, they'll do like they'll like review all the DAWs and rank them. And
well,
and all they can say about Cakewalk is, well, it's not available in Mac, so it's not even worth
Right.
talking about.
but it doesn't matter. Well,
It
that's
has
just
a reputation for being a low quality DAW, and it's really not. It's anybody who
But-
actually looks at it. You saw what Jonathan had to say about it.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's a tool, and all tools are as useful as your knowledge and your dedication to use it. Like I said, I mean, people made music without Cakewalk before it, right? Like, on just primitive hardware sequencers and made big hits. So it's like, it's not, does it do what you need to do for your stage and what you know? Yes. If you're in a big production studio with a giant SSL console that needs, 180 digital inputs, and so Cakewalk's not going to support any of that. and those guys are just dreaming, right? Because they're just trying to get young kids to and influence them, right? So they're going to play the whole, yeah, Reaper smack. And I'm like, well, whatever. They all do the same thing. So it's like, I mean, I have Studio One right now, 7. I'm learning it, but it does the same thing. It's sort of like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, so go pay $200 for Studio One 7 and free Cakewalk. You're going to get the same experience. I'm not getting anything different.
I heard that,
So-
but I've seen a lot of guys say that Reaper really is the best at this level.
There is no best. Those are all, I call that DAW wars. And I hate posts where somebody says, what's the best DAW? And I'm like, you know what? That's just here. It's a bot to get 180 people to engage and trash on DAW use when none of them are, like you go look at their catalogs. I'm like, well, you don't have anything worth listening to.
AP master, AP whatever his name. He claims to be a professional mastering engineer, and he says he can do shit in Reaper that he can't do in anything else.
Yeah, well, but what is that? I mean,
Mastering stuff.
you see what I'm saying? I get it, but I'm like, what is the special thing that, you know?
Well,
it
to
doesn't.
his credit,
That's why I said it's
he's
just.
specific about it.
Yeah.
But I don't have to concern myself with that. But
No, and technically Reaper's free if you can deal with the annoying splash screen.
yeah. But I'm just happy with unless I decide to bug out and go full Linux, I'll just keep using Cakewalk as long as it's free.
Exactly. The only problem with Linux will be your VSTs. You have to buy some wrapper
Well, if I
software. You have to
bug out,
develop one, right?
That's bugging out, man. Then you're like,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're living on a different kind of paradigm. And so if I do that, then I'd be just using Air Windows. And I don't know, does Tone Boosters work in Linux? Probably not.
No, there's probably a trick though. Like, you know, Pro Tools doesn't do VST either, but there's like these wrapper softwares you can use that manage external VSTs in Pro Tools. It's like, you know, there's always a workaround for something
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah, so it's like I said,
I agree with you guys.
Learn
too.
the
I'm
basics
I'm
on-
playing devil's
yeah.
advocate. I agree with you guys.
yeah. But, you know, become good at the one that you have, and then when your needs change, then you seek out, you know, something better. That's just the way it works.
So
But I mean, I'm not there yet. Trust me. I'm like, I don't have a lot of time or money. so
so Eric, when are you getting your new computer? Just wondering, just throwing that out there. And
Costco has great deals on laptops always.
Costco.
You
Thank God. For
have Costco in South Korea, I think.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Eric, you just don't have a computer right now? I mean, are you always? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
brother.
that sucks.
I hear you, man. It's too bad.
Oh,
So
a PC is all you need.
If you've got your PC, is it?
Rock and roll.
Well, I mean, it depends. If it's like 25 years old, then, I mean.
Well, I'm on a 11-year-old PC.
Eric, your PC should be fine, man. Just install it on your PC. And then, if you don't have time to get on Discord, I'll make a video on installing just a good startup kit of tools.
Oh, it's
the
Linux.
PC is Linux. Oh, that's right. You said your friend set it up for Linux. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, no Windows. Yeah, that'll do it. You have to
Man.
use, what is it, Ardor? Or
Yeah, but it's just.
it's, yeah. You're right, Derek. Your world is complicated.
But so the only question is, it's not that hard to like you can have your computer dual boot, and you can, when you boot it up, you can choose between Linux and Windows. You can have like partitioned. You don't have to be able to. You don't have to be able to split the screen. You don't need to be able to do that. Really. The question is, could you get your buddy to partition the drive and throw Windows 10 on it without having to pay for it?
Yeah, yeah. Does he have a Windows license too?
Yeah,
Spare Windows.
if you could swing that, get the guy whatever friend thought it would be a good idea to set your computer up as a Linux computer. Go to that guy and ask him if he can set you up with Windows. It's not a big deal if he has.
Well,
or
also if he's that much into PCs, have him see if he's got one. Either knows where he can get somebody's used one or something. I mean, used PCs you can get them for $50 and a laptop. You know.
There's that too.
Yeah, yeah. Used PCs all day long.
I mean, here in Korea, I know in a real pinch, I could pick up a PC for free. I've done it for free. But let's see, awful with tech. Yeah, man, Linux is.
Yes. Linux is something. It's its own thing.
Well, I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, then it's awesome. It can be. And now, I mean, I'm kind of a Photoshop guy, and that was one thing keeping me in Windows world was Photoshop. But now, like, you know, the GIMP, GIMP, kind of the Linux version, it used to be terrible compared to Photoshop, and now they're just neck and neck. The only thing Photoshop has on it now is all this stupid, retarded AI shit and horrible customer service, where they just let you know at every turn how meaningless you are to them.
Right.
And just like Photoshop has just gone down the old shitter. I stopped paying for it over a year ago. And also they want the monthly payment, you know, $10 a month instead of owning it outright. Just the whole thing. But you know, if you have to do Linux right, you've got to have some capacity for doing line entries and all that kind of stuff, which I hate. That's correct. That's right, Eric. That's what really counts. And if all this IT infrastructure goes kablooey,
correct.
All it takes is just a little hiccup from the sun. Okay?
That's all it takes.
You guys are familiar with the Carrington event of 1869, I think, 69 or 70.
I remember reading something about that.
Yeah, so I think it was 69 or 79, but the internet of that time period was the telegram system, the telegram wires. And there was a big old burp from the sun,
Flare.
And it just it burnt burnt down the telegram grid. Just like that, no more telegrams for
the
for a
flare.
while,
You get a good flare.
Yep. And so, yeah, I mean, and so then where are you going to be, right? That's why the Lean Bear guitar is the one guitar I would save if the building was burning down.
Still got the Lean Bear guitar.
Yeah, that's all. I could be perfectly happy. And
exactly.
Satisfy my soul just with that.
You know, although I still need electricity in my world, I always still worry about, well, what if the software manufacturer just decides to cut off the VST or cut off the, the software. At least my synths are, they've been working since 1987, and so it's sort of like, well, I can always just go back and playing that. I don't.
People freak out. I know, Eric. it would be, yeah, you know that meme that shows like
Oh yeah.
Gene Hackman as Willy Wonka, kind of like it's a meme with him,
Yeah.
Willy Wonka, kind of like looking kind of with his eyes bulging out and with a slight smile on his face, like he's watching something amusing from a distance. That would be me, watching everybody
Right.
freak out. Although I would miss like things like this. I would miss this tremendously. But see, Phil, this is why you need to get yourself an acoustic guitar and start learning how to play guitar. Just in case.
I'll play an auto harp. Go back to my recorder.
It's not the same. Guitar is the guitar is really is. There's a reason why it was the instrument of the 20th century.
Oh, I love a guitar. It does
It's
something
everything.
about
It does everything.
my brain is not wired for the chord structure. It's complicated for me to figure
I'm
out.
the same way with keyboards. Even though I know
Right.
it makes a lot more sense on a keyboard, and I know that it's technically like much more clear.
Well, no, like
simple.
guitar inversions. Like, for example, if I'm doing, as I've learned in this DAW world, trying to do composition, guitars can do inversions quite easily. And it's, keyboards inversions are a little different and in the way you think about them. And, and it's just the way the guitar is just set up for chords. It just wants to do that, so much easier. And it's just a way of thinking about it. Versus on a keyboard, it's a conscious effort.
No, I think Phil. I think you need to get a marimba.
I love them. I used to play them like a marimba or
Yeah.
a xylophone. I actually like those.
You need a
Very nice.
you need a Stone Age musical instrument for the apocalypse, man.
I have a maraca.
That's not going to do it, man. You need something.
And I have a
that can do
tambourine
melody,
in
and
the
you need
back.
something that can do
I have a
some chords.
tambourine and a maraca. I got a whole rhythm section. I'm on it.
I got my egg shakers. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, sure.
Ready, dude.
Hey, man. Like,
You know why I got those? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm a prepper, and now my wife finally understands. She's just like, it used to drive her nuts for years, and now she gets it, right? But
You're a
I'm-
prepper as much as you can in a tall
my,
building.
My prepping includes, well, I'm thorough for my, like I do the best I can, but my prepping includes guitar strings. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Have extra
everything
guitar
that I would
strings
need to
ready
keep
to
the
go.
guitar going. Okay,
Yeah, no, it's important.
Well, it is, man.
Stock up.
No, go ahead and tell me.
Well, I live here in.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I live in hurricane country, so our prepping is I have a generator at least that I can plug into the house.
There you go. You should
But guess
probably-
what? That's just to keep modern conveniences, so I don't lose all my food. And
Well, yeah. You got a
'Cause-
solar panel and an inverter.
I do not have all that now, but I do have. At least I can run refrigerators and stuff for weeks if I had to.
So you got the you got the gasoline or the diesel. To keep the
It's
generator-
gas. It'll run on either gasoline or propane. But you got to have something down here because when you get a storm, although our electricity down here is hardened, like a storm here, like we have storms that in the rest of the country would totally knock out power. Like in North Carolina, it would take it out for weeks. And I was like, oh, that was just an afternoon thunderstorm. But, for the real storms, 100-mile-an-hour wind, we have hardened. But it still doesn't, 100%. You can lose power for, 15 days. So you got to, if you don't want to lose everything, you better have a way to keep some power going.
Don't you mind people grinning in your face? Don't mind people grinning in your face. Well, you just bear this in mind. A true friend is hard to find. Don't Don't you mind people grinning in your face? I was just responding to Eric.
I know.
I used to do that in my set. Just clap it, just like Sunhouse did. Human voice. There's that too. Yeah, we don't have hurricanes here, but we get typhoons.
Yeah, yeah. Although you're on the when they come from the other side, right? From the Pacific side.
Well, in the
Okay.
Pacific, in the North Pacific, they're called typhoons, and in the South Pacific, they're called cyclones, and in the
Cyclones.
Atlantic, on the other side of the world, they're called hurricanes, but they're all the same
That's
damn
right.
thing. They just have
Same damn thing.
three different names depending on where they are. Kind of weird, but I think Atlantic hurricanes are generally more serious, right? But like if it
Well, there's more risk to land, you know.
right. Well, they're just bigger and more powerful, I think. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe not.
There's more targets. Like Pacific ones are, they happen a lot, but they let's say start off the coast of Mexico and then they go out and they might get near Hawaii, and they might circle back, but you know they typically just go out to sea. You know, ours they start out to sea and they head somewhere. They're heading somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the ones over here, they they usually hit. They're usually the hardest on the Philippines and Japan, and sometimes Taiwan.
Yeah, I think there was one last year. I think they had one.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
the news.
But we had one here about 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
That was really bad. Like there was we were living near a mountain, not a big mountain, but a sizable little mountain, and I'll never forget the day after it. I went outside and I looked up at the mountain, and there were just like enormous trees that were flattened on the top of the mountain, and nobody was going outside because there was just like lethal debris flying around. It was, yeah. So they can, you know, it's not like, but oh yeah, and I remember that storm. We were advised to put masking tape on our windows. I don't know if that's just a wives' tale.
You put masking tape where?
On our windows.
No, that don't do anything. That's an old wives' tale. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, I shouldn't have, because there was like I spent a long time.
Yeah, then it
scraping
sticks and you got to scrape it off.
Yeah, I had to scrape that shit off.
Yeah, that's so like 1980s Florida wives' tale. That don't work.
And then I got some adhesive residue remover to scrape that off, and then I had to use like something else to get that residue remover off, and then I had to use like Windex to get that thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, sufficient solar storm. We're just fucked. And
Basically.
and I mean, there's a part of me that would just like, I would just kind of like, part of me would enjoy it. Part of me would enjoy it.
So you have to walk up your stairs a bunch.
Well, I live on the 3rd floor.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. You see, I mean, we could have lived on a much higher floor. But my vote is always like, I don't want to live on the ground floor. Right? My top floor is the 5th floor. I don't want to go higher than the 5th floor. And she respects that. So, and that's because, you know, I mean, I think of things.
Well, and the problem with a high elevator is you got to ride a long time in the elevators and wait for it a while. The problem with the low elevator, which is not my problem for me, is you may have more people in the elevator and you have to talk to them.
There's that too. And here there's like women that have just discovered perfume, and they don't know how
Oh,
to use
yeah.
it. Yeah, God. Yeah.
It'll choke you
Oh man, it's like
as soon as you get in. Yeah.
chloroform. So anyway, well, anyways, I think I'm gonna turn my attention to some
All right.
drums tracking.
I will let you be. I gotta get back to work. I do have to look professional here today.
Well, but yeah, again, man, thanks for taking your time, sir, and reminding me yet again.
No
how-
problem. And hey, Eric, hopefully we'll get to chat with you here soon.
Okay, and Eric, I'll answer that in just a second. Okay, Phil, have a good Monday, sir, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, man.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. And okay, Eric. Well, short answer is the healthcare system is excellent, and that's another reason I'm glad I'm here. Is that it's affordable, and as modern health systems go, it's great. So carving a neck, that's a good thing to be doing, man. I'm just going to track some drum fills for this, and then if I still have some jam, I may do like a short video for you on just like something to do with the new project, a short one. So I've decided to work myself to exhaustion earlier. But I'm going to try this new thing with my schedule. So have a good neck carving session, sir. Thank you for dropping by. Okay. All right. So, I wonder who call center was. That was weird. Thanks, Eric, man. Thank you, sir.
Hail Krishna,
latency issues first and foremost. There is just a tad too much. And, okay, first, little troubleshooting. So, first off, I hope the latency is not coming from... Ah, come on. Where's my mouse cursor? There, down. Oh, wait a minute. Up. No, up, okay. Damn. Fuck. Well, now I'm having to think on the fly here. Oh. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I know what we used to say back in the day. When, as Jesse Lee Peterson said, when boys were boys and men were men, we'd say, wash the sand out of your pussy. Oh, does your pussy hurt? Wash the sand out of your pussy. Get it done. What do we want to do here? I want to track some fills. I like the toms during the pre-chorus. And, alright, so, reasonable short-term objectives here. Track the tom fills. That's not fills though, that's actually a part. Okay, track toms, track pre-chorus toms, and I got some snare work to do. I got some snare rolls, but that's tough with this latency. That's what I may have to mix this down into a wave, put the wave into a new project, insert drum VST, and bang, I've got zero latency drumming once again. And I think that might be really the better way to go. And actually I could do that right now, although the current mix down I have is I don't like it, and it's going to be uninspiring and kind of bother me. I like this mix, which means I'm going to have to mix it down again, start a new project, import the wave file, start the VST track, the instrument track with the drum. I'd rather use monster drums for this, and then I've got zero latency, and then I can really use my developing drum skills. spent like an hour practicing that one snare fill. Even working the crash in. And it's just like, just a tiny bit of latency, but just a tiny bit. Better? Okay, so track, track drum fills, track MIDI drum fills to exported and imported wave, and then I can export the MIDI and re-import the MIDI into the full project. And that's how I'm going to do it. So this session turned out to be mostly about banter, which is fine. And I'm going to go ahead and rearrange things and set up, I'm going to work a little bit more on this mix here. And then maybe by then I'll be exhausted and ready to sleep at a more reasonable hour. So, many thanks to Eric and Phil and our mystery guest, I suppose, who briefly poked his or her head in to leave a comment and then immediately retract it. Okay, let's see. In stream. How the hell do I get my mouse cursor up here? Damn it. Where is my mouse cursor? There. Up. Okay. Down. There we go. Okay. God bless and keep you wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, within reason, of course, from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. This has been Lean Bear. Over and out. In stream.